Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Trickett checking in here, kind of partway through week one, Saturday morning, kind of recapping some of the pieces from our first unit and really spending some time focusing on what unit two or lesson two will encompass. So before we get into lesson two, I just want to go back to lesson one very quickly and provide some updates. Number one, probably most importantly here, as many of you are wondering where we are with this Proethika modules through the College Board or through ETS. I spent a lot of time, as I told you that I would, going through those modules, determining if it's really the best use of your time. And I have determined that it's not. It is very time consuming. And I think, quite frankly, that most of you, as graduate level students and some that are actually pursuing your second master's degree, wouldn't truly benefit from the inordinate amount of time that it takes to get through those modules. So for now, and most likely indefinitely, we will not be doing the Proethika modules. I will be removing them or hiding them from your view moving forward with all the subsequent units. So please do not worry about those. Do not stress about those. If you are interested, there are tons of resources online. You can download PDFs, just to have a general understanding of some of the work within those modules. Those of you who have submitted blogs and discussions, keep it up. You're doing a great job. Definitely showing me that you are able to synthesize the information from your text and or different resources that you need to use. Again, just a reminder, I'm really looking here at how deep the thinking is on these different topics. Please make sure that you're spending time to read each other's posts, because that's really where the richness of the class comes in, especially in that we're not able to be together face to face on a weekly basis. So please read your peers' posts and make sure that you're providing insightful feedback to them. So again, those of you that aren't or haven't had the chance yet to do the blog or the discussion posts, please do so. If you have any challenges or difficulties, please email me and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. So moving on into Unit 2, the way I'd like to kind of continue the class here is just always go into the Content tab, scrolling down to the lesson. So you can see that Unit 2 here, Lesson 2, begins on Monday, February 8th. As you know, it's already open for you to begin working on. I know some of you are taking more than one graduate class. Many of you have young children. All of us have very busy jobs. So all of these are open for you to continue working. I do have this note here. Please do not go beyond week 2 because I'm still working to develop lesson 3, but lesson 2 is ready to go. So let's dig in to what lesson 2 is all about. So again, the learning resources are here for you. A reminder that these are the textbook chapters that you need to be reading. And for those of you who have got through chapter 1, this is a deep, deep text. Mark it up, annotate it, highlight it. These 2 chapters, or 3 chapters actually this week, are very good, and they provide a lot of the background case law and information that you're really going to need to ensure that you're ready to rock and roll on that principal certificate test. So again, I can't emphasize enough, please make sure you're reading thoroughly, close reading chapters 8, 9, and 10. Also included are the PowerPoints directly from the text. Put them in there just so you would have them again as references um, to help you with your studies. So I did change pretty drastically some of the pieces in this week's assignments. And this week there are 3 assignments. I told you it would kind of ramp up here in week 3. The first one is the Code of Ethics video assignment. What I'm asking you to do is to go out and look at the Pennsylvania Department of Education website, and specifically the Code of Ethics. Hopefully you've all read this. You should have reviewed this in undergraduate. You should have hopefully reviewed this at least one time in your current role or your position. If not, it is linked there for you. What I would like you to do is I would like you to look specifically at sections 4 through 11 and think about a section that really resonates with you, a section maybe that interests you or that you want to dig a little deeper into. I then want you to take a look at a couple policies and possibly even your support staff handbook or your teacher handbook to see if there are policies and procedures in your school district that tie back directly to these code of ethics and these expectations. It kind of links back into our work from last week in reviewing some of the policies that we have within our school district. Because remember, our policies oftentimes are derived directly from either state law or even possibly federal court cases that then work down through the state into our local school districts. And then our job is to interpret those policies and to implement the expectations by developing set procedures throughout our organization. So I want you to look at that. Is there a connection between your handbook and your policies with regards to the section that you chose in the Code of Ethics? The second thing I want you to do is I want you to think, kind of put yourself in the position of a school leader, principal, superintendent, assistant superintendent. Some of you mentioned you possibly want to be directors of people services. That job is very, very laden in law. So I want you to put that hat on, and I want you to think about one of two things: either A, how you would enforce these standards. If you have a situation where a staff member violates one, and you will, what would be your recommendation? How would you go about addressing that person? And what would the process be that you would use to deal with that situation? Or the second one could be, how would you educate your staff? Oftentimes, school districts and companies are pretty good at being punitive, but I think oftentimes we fall short on educating our employees, who are the most important people in our organization, to make sure that they understand and can abide by the things that are they're listed. So again, that's an or statement in bullet point 2. You can choose either one of them. After you process those two pieces, I'd like you to jump onto Flipgrid, and I'd like you to do a no more than a 5-minute video, kind of reflecting on those two pieces. So no writing here, just a short video. I do have the direct link to the assignment. When you click on the link, you'll go over. Well, actually, it's going to force me to click again. And for those of you that are used to Flipgrid, it's a super easy tool for you to jump in, record videos, and then actually you'll be able to see your peers' videos as well. You may possibly need to create an account. You can simply log in with your Google account or your Microsoft account if that's the one you prefer, and you'll be able to record your response directly inside of Flipgrid. So again, hopefully that's not too challenging. Again, if it is, do a couple Google searches or reach out to me or one of your classmates and we can help you through it. So that's the first assignment. The second assignment is again, we're going to have a discussion forum. Again, it's going to reference the text, which is why I told you a few weeks ago you really need to have the textbook for this class. So on page 222, you're going to be reading about a transgender teacher, and you're going to be asked to respond to the guiding questions that are there. So again, looking for you to kind of process the questions as well as the text, and then provide your discussion piece there. The last assignment for this upcoming week is to look directly at cases from Chapter 8. And again, I can't emphasize enough, Chapter 8 is very important. Read it, highlight it, read it slowly, and as you're reading it, possibly have this blog up. And what I've done is I've changed this assignment. Initially, it was listed that we had to do all of them. What I'd like you to do is just pick 4 of the 8. Pick 4 of the 8 again that resonate with you, or maybe 4 that you've never heard of. And then you're going to basically focus on 2 pieces. So you're going to find these cases in your text, again in Chapter 8. You're going to read the page or so that refers to and relates to these cases. And you're going to very briefly say what the resolution was. What happened? What did this case mean to public education in America? And then I want you to talk a little bit about how any learning or any pieces that you take away from the resolution would influence your practice. So based on what you know now, is there anything that maybe should shift, or does it reaffirm something that you're currently doing? Or again, as a school leader, how would this influence your practice as a leader, as a principal, as a superintendent? Are there pieces that you would want to make sure that you have in your yearly training or your yearly communication pieces to your staff? And then the last piece for this week is just a reminder. You should be working on your research paper topic, and you should be sending me an email. I would say this week, or a text message. Many of you have used the email already, and just say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts on that? Again, the answer is going to be yes. My job is just to help guide you into a topic that I think there'd be enough content on. And then you need to be starting your research. You need to be finding the different pieces, that the current educational research that relates to this particular topic. Again, please do not lose sight of this project. It is the one of the largest, or it is the largest project that we have in this course. But again, I just wanted to reach out to you today. I wanted to make sure I reviewed the 3 upcoming assignments, and I wanted to remind you not to lose sight of the research paper. So again, and always, please reach out to me with any questions or concerns, or if there's anything that I can do to clarify the work that we have going forward. I very much appreciate those of you that have given me feedback already. I've tried to adjust the assignments to be more clear and again to be more impactful. As I said before, this is your class, and I want to make sure that in the design of the course we're meeting your needs. So again, I hope everyone has a great week. I hope everyone is clear on the expectations and the learning activities. And as always, please reach out to me with any questions. Thank you so much.